Good morning, friends. I welcome all of you to my Biochemistry channel. Myself, Dr. Abbas Amraoui, retired professor of botany. From this today's lecture, we are going to proceed towards the chapter number 6, plant-water relations. In these plant-water relations, the first part, it is imbibition and diffusion. Plant-water relations. Under the introduction, we are going to see the diffusion, imbibition, etc. Plant obtains variety of substances. We know that plant absorbs different types of substances like water, minerals, nutrients, food, gases, oxygen and CO2, etc. So all these substances, these are obtained by the plant from its surrounding. Productivity of the plant is mainly dependent upon the non-availability of water. If the water is available in the sufficient amount, productivity is more. If the water is less or water is deficient, at this time, the productivity of the plant is less. Means productivity of the plant is affected by non-availability of water. Water is considered as elixir of life. This is important. Elixir म्हणजे अमृत. Water is considered as elixir of life because it is a very important for various processes. Water constitutes almost 90 to 95% of the most plant cells and tissues. Plant cells आणि tissues मध्ये 90 ते 95% पाणी असते. Water helps to maintain turgidity and shape of the cell. Turgidity म्हणजे फुगलेला असतं, सेल फुगलेला असतो आणि याच्यामुळं त्या सेलचा शेप मेंटेन केला जातो. वॉटर हेल्प्स द सेल टू मेंटेन द टर्जिडिटी अँड शेप. सो प्लांट ऑब्टेन्स व्हरायटी ऑफ सबस्टन्सेस लाईक वॉटर, मिनरल्स, फूड, gases, etc. from its surrounding. Productivity of a plant depends upon the non-availability of water. If water is available in the sufficient amount, productivity is more. Water is considered as elixir of life. Elixir of life म्हणजे अमृत. So water is a very essential to the plant body for various processes. Plant water constitutes about 90 to 95%. If you analyze the single cell or the tissue, you will see that there is 90 to 95% of water. Water helps the cells to maintain the turgidity and shape of the cell. So it depends upon shape of the cell or turgidity depends upon the water. It is, then we shall see the properties of water. Water is liquid. In the liquid form, we know at room temperature. Water is a liquid form at room temperature, and it is the best solvent for most of the solutes. There are so many solutes. For these solutes, water is the best solvent. So water is present in the liquid form at room temperature and it is the best solvent for various solutes. It is an inert inorganic compound with the neutral pH. pH of the water is 7. There is a neutral pH. It is inert inorganic compound. When it is present in the pure form, when water is pure at this time, it is inert inorganic compound and it has a neutral pH, that is pH 7. Due to neutral pH, water is the best transporting medium. We know that various minerals and food material, these are transported from one part of the plant body to the other part of the plant body through water. So here, because of the neutral pH, water is the best transporting medium for minerals and food molecules. It is the best aqueous medium for biochemical reactions. We know that in the cells, there are so many hundreds of biochemical reactions are going on. All these reactions are the water, it is the best aqueous medium. All these reactions are occurring in the aqueous medium or in the water medium. It is essential raw material for the process of photosynthesis. If you see the equation of photosynthesis, water is the raw material. So if you see the properties of water, it is liquid at room temperature, inert organic compound with neutral pH. It is the best transporting medium. It is the best aqueous medium for various biochemical reactions in the plant cells and tissues. It is an essential raw material for the process of photosynthesis. Water has high specific heat. Water has high specific heat and high heat of vaporization as well as high heat of fusion. These are the important properties of water. High specific heat, high heat of vaporization and high heat of fusion. Due to these three important properties, water acts as a thermal buffer, means it maintains the temperature. It acts as a thermal buffer, means temperature fluctuations, these are reduced. These properties are due to hydrogen bonds. Here, these properties, these are present due to the hydrogen bonds present in the water molecule. It has high specific heat, high heat of evaporation, high heat of fusion, and due to these three important properties, water acts as a thermal buffer. These properties are due to hydrogen bonds present in the water molecule. Water molecule has good adhesive and good cohesive. Adhesive forces and cohesive forces. Adhesive forces means, suppose there is a cellulose and here there is water. Attraction between dissimilar molecules, this is called as adhesion. Attraction between cellulose and water, this is called as adhesion. Here there is water molecule, here there is water molecule. Attraction between the similar molecules, this is called as cohesion. Adhesion means attraction between dissimilar molecules. Cohesion means attraction between the similar molecules. So the water molecule has good adhesive and cohesive forces of attraction. Due to high surface tension, due to adhesive forces and cohesive forces, it can easily rise in the capillaries. If you see that there is a beaker, in the beaker there is water. If small capillary is kept here, water rises. Here water rises in the capillary. This is because of surface tension, cohesive forces and adhesive forces. So here you can see that if the capillary is kept in the water, water rises up. It is therefore significant molecule. Water is the significant molecule that connects physical world with biological processes. Water molecule or water connects physical world with the biological processes. So these are the different properties of water. Then we shall proceed towards the water absorbing organs. We know that root is the main water absorbing organ. Root, it is the main root absorbing organ for water and minerals. In the terrestrial plants, water is absorbed in the form of liquid. Here, water is absorbed in the form of liquid in the terrestrial plants. In the epiphytic plants, water is absorbed in the form of vapor by a filament tissue. If you see the example of certain orchids, the orchids are having hanging roots, certain hanging roots. These roots, these are called epiphytic roots. These epiphytic roots are having filament tissue. Suppose this is an orchid. This is a stem, or this is a stem of a large tree where this orchid is present. This orchid has such a hanging roots. These are called epiphytic roots. These epiphytic roots have filament tissue. This filament tissue absorbs water in the vapor form. Water vapors are absorbed by this filament tissue present in the epiphytic roots of orchids. Means here water is absorbed in the vapor form. In the terrestrial plants, water is absorbed in the liquid forms. A typical root is divisible into 4 regions. If you see, this is a typical root. There are different regions. You can see this is a meristematic zone. This zone is called as a meristematic zone. This is covered by means of a root hair. So meristematic zone, it is the first zone. This is the zone of elongation. The cells which are produced in the meristematic region, these are elongated in the zone of elongation. This is the zone of absorption. Here there is a zone of root hair zone or zone of absorption, and then there is a zone of maturation. So these are the different zones present in the typical root. So typical root is divided into 4 regions or the zones. In the zone of absorption, this is the zone of absorption. In the zone of absorption, epiblema cells form unicellular root hair. म्हणजे रूटचा एपिडर्मिस त्याला आपण इपिब्लेमा म्हणतो, आणि या इपिब्लेमापासून असे युनिसेल्युलर रूट हेअर्स तयार झालेले तुम्हाला दिसतील केशमुळे. These are the root hairs. Then we shall see the structure of root hair. Here you can see this is a root. This is the epiblema. Epiblema, that is epidermis of the root. This is called epiblema. Epiblema, root hair is the cytoplasmic extension. This cytoplasm is extended. हा epidermis आहे, याच्यापासून cytoplasm extends झालेला आहे. So root hair is the cytoplasmic extension of epiblema cells. Each root hair may be approximately 1 to 10 millimeters long. It is tube-like structure. You can see this is a root. This is a tube-like structure. It is colorless, unbranched. There are no branches. It is short-lived and it is delicate. Root hair, it is the cytoplasmic extension. Means this cytoplasm, it is extended. You can see this is the cytoplasm. This is the central is the vacuole and this is the cytoplasm. This cytoplasm is extended outside. This is the cytoplasmic extension of epiblema cells. Then you can see here, there is a central vacuole. He is the vacuole. This is the central vacuole. This central vacuole, it is surrounded by cytoplasm. हा दिसतो तो cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm. या vacuoleच्या भोवताली हा दिसतो तो cytoplasm आहे. And outside there is a cell wall. हे दिसते ते cell wall. Cell wall, cytoplasm आणि vacuole. Here it is a large central vacuole surrounded by a thin film of cytoplasm. There is a plasma membrane and thin 2-layered cell wall. Here is the cell wall. Outer layer of the cell wall, it is made up of pectin. Inner wall, it is made up of cellulose. Central vacuole, cytoplasm, then plasma membrane, cell wall चे 2 layers, inner layer of pectin, outer layer of cellulose. Sorry, outer layer is made up of pectin and inner layer is made up of cellulose. Cell wall is freely permeable, but plasma membrane is selectively permeable. Cell wall is freely permeable means water molecules, they can easily transport it, they can go easily in and out. But plasma membrane, it is selectively permeable, means it allows certain substances to enter, certain substances for their exit. Means not all the compounds are entering through the plasma membrane. That's why this is called as selectively permeable. Then water available to roots for absorption. Plants absorb water from rhizosphere. You can see this is a plant. This area near the root, this is called as a rhizosphere. तर या एरियामधून पाणी प्लांटला अवेलेबल होऊ शकतं. Water present in the soil occurs in different forms. Here, water which is present in the soil, it occurs in the different forms. This is a gravitational water, free water, hygroscopic water, combined water, and capillary water. तर या 4 फॉर्म्समध्ये प्लांटला वॉटर अवेलेबल होऊ शकतं. Water percolates. Suppose this is a soil surface. Here, this water percolates. These are the soil particles. Water percolates due to the gravity. Water percolates due to the gravity in the soil. This is called as a gravitational water. This is a gravitational water. हे जे वॉटर आहे दिस इज अ ग्रॅव्हिटेशनल, दिस पर्क्युलेट्स ड्यू टू द ग्रॅव्हिटी. इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल फॉर प्लांट्स फॉर ॲब्सॉर्प्शन. तर अशा प्रकारचं वॉटर जे आहे ते प्लांटला अवेलेबल होऊ शकत नाही. फाईन सॉइल पार्टिकल्स इम्बाइब वॉटर. देर आर सॉइल पार्टिकल्स. These soil particles are having water molecules. These water molecules, these are attached, these are adsorbed. Soil particles imbibe water or absorb water. तर हे जे water आहे ते soil particles absorb करतात. And this water, this is called as hygroscopic water. This is the hygroscopic water. Water which is absorbed by the soil particles, which is imbibed by the soil particles, this is called as a hygroscopic water. This is also not available to the plants. Water present in the form of hydrated oxides of silica and aluminum. Silicon oxide, aluminum oxide, these are having water. This is called as a combined water. Oxides of silicon and aluminum, they are having, or this is combined with the water, this is called as a combined water. It is also not available for absorption. Gravitational water is not available. Then hygroscopic water is also not available. This combined water is also not available to the plant for absorption. But the fourth type of water, this is available for absorption. Some amount of water, it is held between the pores present between the neighboring soil particles. These are the soil particles. Here this is a space, here water is present. Water which is present between the pores present between the soil particles, water is here in the spaces which are present between the soil particles, and this is called as a capillary water. This is important. This capillary water, it is made available for absorption by the plants. म्हणजे चार प्रकारच्या वॉटर्स पैकी फक्त कॅपिलरी वॉटर प्लांटला ॲब्सॉर्ब करता येतं. कॅपिलरी वॉटर इज अवेलेबल फॉर ॲब्सॉर्प्शन. Absorption of water by roots from the soil. Root hairs absorb water. Just now we have seen the structure of a typical root where the root hairs are present. Root hairs absorb water by employing three physical processes. There are three different physical processes by which root hairs absorb water. First is the imbibition, second is the diffusion, and third is the osmosis. या तीन प्रोसेसमुळं, या तीन प्रोसेसद्वारे प्लांट्स वॉटर ॲब्सॉर्ब करू शकतात. Then we shall see the imbibition. We shall see the meaning of this imbibition. Swelling of hydrophilic colloids due to water absorption. समजा एखादं ड्राय सीड आहे. If the dry seed is kept in water, on the next day this dry seed swells. This is called as imbibition. In the rainy season, doors of the houses, they swell because of absorption of water. This is called imbibition. Swelling of hydrophilic colloids, for example cellulose material आहे, it absorbs water and swells. This is called as imbibition. Substance that absorbs water, उदाहरणार्थ सीड आपण घेऊया. Seed which absorbs water, substance that absorbs water or the liquid, this is called as absorbent. या ठिकाणी सीड काय झालं, absorbent आहे. डोर काय झालं, this is absorbent. On water or the liquid that gets imbibed, म्हणजे पाणी किंवा तू कोणतं लिक्विड जे ॲब्सॉर्ब केलं जातं, दिस इज कॉल्ड इम्बायबेट. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी सपोज दिस इज अ सीड अँड दिस सीड ॲब्सॉर्ब्स वॉटर. हिअर दिस इज वॉटर. In this case, this is imbibant. This is called imbibant, and this is water is imbibate. Means imbibate, it is absorbed in the imbibant. Water, the liquid that gets imbibed, this is called as imbibate. You can see it. Root hairs absorb water by employing three physical processes: imbibition, diffusion, and osmosis. If you see the imbibition means swelling of hydrophilic colloids. Swelling of hydrophilic colloids by due to the absorption of water. Substance that absorbs water, this is called as imbibant, and the liquid or the water which is absorbed, this is called as imbibate. Root hair, if you see, root hair, cell wall is made up of pectin and cellulose, just now we have seen. Root hair cell wall, this is made up of pectin, outer is pectin and inner is cellulose, which are hydrophilic colloids. These are colloids. Hydrophilic means they are having attraction for water. Hydrophilic म्हणजे water loving, hydrophobic म्हणजे water hating. They are water loving colloids which absorb water. So cellulose and pectin, these are hydrophilic colloids which absorb water and get swelled. Due to imbibition, water molecules get tightly adsorbed without forming solution. समजा हा मॉलिक्यूल आहे, तर याच्यावरती हा वॉटर मॉलिक्यूल ॲडसॉर्ब होतो, परंतु या ठिकाणी सोल्युशन तयार होत नाही. वॉटर मॉलिक्युल्स गेट टाइटली ॲडसॉर्ब म्हणजे चिकटणे. वॉटर मॉलिक्युल्स गेट्स ॲडसॉर्ब विदाउट फॉर्मिंग सोल्युशन. इम्बायबिशन कंटिन्यूज टिल द इक्विलिब्रियम इज. तर इम्बायबिशन कुठपर्यंत चालू राहतं, तर त्याचं इक्विलिब्रियमला ते पोहोचेपर्यंत. इन अदर वर्ड्स, वॉटर मूव्स अलॉंग द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट. आता समजा एखादा सीड आहे, या सीडमध्ये सुद्धा थोडं वॉटर असणार. या ठिकाणी वॉटर मॉलिक्युल्स आहे, या ठिकाणी वॉटर मॉलिक्युलचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त आहे, या ठिकाणी वॉटर मॉलिक्युलचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी आहे. वॉटर मूव्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट. म्हणजे वॉटरच्या हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कडून वॉटरच्या लो कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनकडे. दिस इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ or concentration gradient of the water. So in other words, water moves along the concentration gradient. Imbibition is significant. Imbibition चा कुठे उपयोग होतो? In the soaking of seeds. आपण बिया पाण्यामध्ये भिजत ठेवतो. आता आपल्याला माहिती आहे, भाजी करताना मटकी, वाटाणा, हरभरा हे आपण भिजत ठेवतो, दुसऱ्या दिवशी ते फुलेलं असतं. हे इम्बायबिशन आहे. दिस इज द फर्स्ट. स्वेलिंग ऑफ ड्राईड रेझिन्स. रेझिन्स म्हणजे मनुके, तर ते स्वेलिंग करण्यासाठी इम्बायबिशन त्या ठिकाणी होत असतं. नीडिंग ऑफ फ्लोअर, आपण पीठ मळतो, दिस इज ए नीडिंग ऑफ फ्लोअर. या ठिकाणी सुद्धा इम्बायबिशन होत असतं. म्हणजे ड्राय सीडचं स्वेलिंग होण्यासाठी मग ही कशासाठी आवश्यक आहे? ड्युरिंग द जर्मिनेशन ऑफ ए सीड, फर्स्ट प्रोसेस इज इम्बायबिशन ऑफ वॉटर. ड्राय सीड imbibes water, absorbs water, it swells. Then the process of germination starts. Swelling of dried raisins, मनुके ते स्वेलिंग करण्यासाठी किंवा स्वेलिंग होण्यासाठी इम्बायबिशन होतं. नीडिंग ऑफ फ्लोअर म्हणजे पीठ मळताना त्याचं स्वेलिंग होतं. वुडन डोअर स्वेल अप इन द रेनी सीझन. रेनी सीझनमध्ये, पावसाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये हे जे वुडन डोअर्स असतात, आपले जे लाकडाचे दरवाजे असतात, ते फुले जातात बिकॉज ऑफ इम्बायबिशन ऑफ वॉटर. Then diffusion. Diffusion means disperse, spread on from higher concentration to lower concentration. Diffusion means to disperse or the spread. This can be defined as movement of, the definition of movement of ions, atoms and molecules of a substance from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. समजा आपण इसेन्सची बॉटल आपल्या घराच्या एका कोपऱ्यामध्ये जर आपण ओपन केली, तर थोड्या वेळाने त्याचा जो सुगंध आहे ते सर्व ठिकाणी पोचलेला तुम्हाला दिसेल. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी काय होतं, मॉलिक्युल्स ऑफ दिस परफ्यूम दे डिस्पर्स फ्रॉम हायर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टू द लोअर कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. द मुवमेंट इज ड्यू टू कायनेटिक एनर्जी. These molecules are having a kinetic energy, and because of this, these are moving from higher concentration to lower concentration. Diffusion continues till. तर हे डिफ्युजन कुठंपर्यंत होतं? ज्या वेळेला आता हे जे आपले जे मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत, मॉलिक्युल्स ऑफ इसेन्स, सुगंधी द्रव्याचे जे मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत, त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन सर्व ठिकाणी सारखं होईपर्यंत, दॅट इज इक्विलिब्रियम. देन अँड दॅट डिस्पर्शन ऑकर्स. So diffusion continues till an equilibrium is reached. Thus, water passes into the cell by diffusion through the freely permeable cell wall. So there is a diffusion of water through the cell wall because cell wall is permeable to water. Then diffusion results due to diffusion pressure. आता या ठिकाणी पहा, this is the plasma membrane. हे water molecules आहेत. This is the outer side of the plasma membrane. Here you can see these are the water molecules. These are the water molecules present on the inner side. This is a plasma membrane. In this case, you can see that diffusion results due to the diffusion pressure, which is directly proportional to the number of diffusing particles. म्हणजे हे water molecules या ठिकाणी diffuse होणार आहे. They are having higher concentration. They are having a diffusion pressure. म्हणजे diffusion pressure it depends upon the concentration of water molecules. या ठिकाणी water molecules concentration जास्त आहे, त्यामुळे diffusion pressure water molecules जास्त आहे, diffusion pressure जास्त आहे. या ठिकाणी concentration कमी आहे, so diffusion pressure is less. Diffusion pressure of pure solvent, pure water, it is always more than the diffusion pressure of solvent. आता या ठिकाणी समजा आपण दोन एक्झाम्पल्स घेऊ. Here there is pure water. And here there is 10% sugar solution. It's a 10% sugar solution. Here concentration of water is 100%. Here concentration of water is 90%. Here you can see diffusion pressure of this pure water because diffusion pressure depends upon the number of diffusing particles. या ठिकाणी diffusing particles जास्त आहेत, म्हणजे 100% water आहे. या ठिकाणी 10% sugar solution आहे, that means there is a 90% water. म्हणजे number of diffusing particles is less. That's why here the difference between the diffusion pressure of a pure water and the diffusion pressure of a water present in the solution, this is called as diffusion pressure deficit. This is also called as suction pressure. Difference in the diffusion pressure of pure solvent and solvent in the solution, means water in the sugar solution. This difference, this is called as diffusion pressure deficit, or this is called as a suction pressure. This term was DPD term. This was coined for the first time by Mayer, 1938. Nowadays, the water potential, DPD ला water potential हा शब्द सध्या वापरला जातो. The term DPD is actually the thirst of a cell. म्हणजे diffusion pressure this is a thirst, म्हणजे तहान आहे, ही सेलची तहान आहे. Diffusion pressure is direct, actually it is the thirst of a cell which it absorbs water from the surrounding, and यामुळे it absorbs the water. Water surrounding the cell wall has more diffusion pressure. Just now I told you. Water surrounding the cell, it has more diffusion pressure than the cell sap. हा cell sap आहे. Cell sap म्हणजे cell मधला सायटोप्लाझम. तर हा cell sap आहे. हे प्लाझ्मा मेम्ब्रेन आहे आणि ही आउटर साइड. या ठिकाणी डिफ्युजन प्रेशर जास्त आहे, या ठिकाणी डिफ्युजन प्रेशर कमी आहे. ड्यू टू दिस water moves in the cell by diffusion, and त्यामुळे this water moves due to the process of diffusion. Diffusion is significant in the plants. या diffusionचा plants मध्ये काय उपयोग आहे? It is essential for absorption of water and minerals. Water and minerals diffusion मुळे plant मध्ये absorb केले जातात. Conduction of water against the gravity. So water which is present in the plant body, it moves upward against the gravity. Exchange of gases and transport. There is exchange of CO2 and O2, etc. This is because of the diffusion. Then facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion, or just now we have seen the passive absorption. We have not considered the role of energy. Passive absorption of solids when mediated by carrier. आता जे आपण पाहिलं हे passive absorption आहे आणि या ठिकाणी एनर्जीचा कोणत्याही ठिकाणी रोल नाही. If suppose when it is mediated by the carrier, हे passive diffusion कॅरियरच्याच मदतीने जर होत असेल, this is called as a facilitated diffusion. This is a facilitated diffusion. Particles that are lipid soluble can easily diffuse through the lipoproteinous membrane. आपण आता पाहिलं की जे मेम्ब्रेन आहे ते लिपिड्स आणि प्रोटीन्सचं बनलेलं असतं. अँड लिपिड मॉलिक्युल्स ऑर लिपिड सोल्युबल मॉलिक्युल्स दे कॅन इझिली पास थ्रू दिस मेम्ब्रेन. डिफ्युजन ऑफ हायड्रोफिलिक सोल्युट्स हॅज टू बी फॅसिलिटेड. हायड्रोफिलिक सोल्युट्स जे आहेत इतर अदर दॅन द लिपिड्स त्यांना मदत करावी लागते फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिफ्युजन. मेम्ब्रेन प्रोटीन्स प्रोव्हाइड. या मेम्ब्रेनमध्ये काही प्रोटीन्स असतात, दे आर प्रोव्हाइडिंग sites for facilitate diffusion. Then these membrane proteins, they help in the diffusion of these solutes. These proteins are aquaporins and ion channels. तर हे जे membrane आहे, in this membrane here this the aquaporin. Through these aquaporin, these molecules enter inside the cell. These proteins are aquaporins. These proteins help to move substances across the membrane. These substances, these are moving across the membrane through these aquaporins. Concentration gradient must be present for the molecules to be diffused. Concentration gradient म्हणजे या ठिकाणी वॉटरचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन कमी असणं आवश्यक आहे, या ठिकाणी वॉटरचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जास्त असणं आवश्यक आहे. देअर मस्ट बी अ कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ग्रेडियंट ऑफ वॉटर टू ऑकर द डिफ्युजन. म्हणजे डिफ्युजन होण्यासाठी त्या ठिकाणी वॉटरच्या कॉन्सन्ट्रेशनचा डिफरन्स असणं अत्यावश्यक आहे. सो दिस इज द फॅसिलिटेटेड डिफ्युजन. जस्ट नाउ वी हॅव completed the imbibition. Imbibition means absorption of liquid or the water by hydrophilic or by colloids which are not forming the solution and they swell up. So swelling of hydrophilic colloids, this is called as imbibition. Diffusion means movement of ions, molecules or particles from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration till the equilibrium is reached. Up to this we have seen about the water relations. मित्रो, आपणास हा व्हिडिओ आवडला असेल कृपया लाईक करा, शेअर करा आणि सबस्क्राईब करा. धन्यवाद.